Welcome back to another episode of the Bench Mob ENT podcast. We are live. We have none other. We've been on there before. If you don't know who he is, just go type his name in on YouTube and you will find out. Scorer, professional scorer, could get buckets, could get assists, get steals, whatever you need, he gonna get it done for you. Pierre Jackson is on the show again. How you doing?
Oh boy, happy to be here again, brother. Appreciate you.
Now, of course, for those that's watching, we're going to get into NBA Finals, WNBA, what he's seeing, his picks, things of that nature. But before we get into that, last time he was on, you did mention that, you had a lingering injury. You were trying to get back out overseas. You in China now. How are you feeling? How's everything going? How's the season looking for you? How's the mental health? How's all that? Before we even get into anything else, let's start off with you.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, last time, when was that? I don't remember when that was. I think I was at home. I had tore my groin. Yeah, I'm good now,
Yeah.
man. I got cleared. I got cleared like a little bit after I was on the show with you, and yeah, I played in where I played. I played in Lebanon last year for like a month. I came back to China, played in the CBA for a little bit. Then I played in the BAO this summer, or right before the summer. It's a little African tournament backed by the NBA. Played well in all three, man. I was able to, show my face again. I was able to put up some good numbers. Continue the same thing I've been doing the past 10 years.
Now, with that, the African League, how was that? Because I know that's something that the NBA starting new to try to get their support out there. How was that being over there? How does it look, that league?
No, that man, potential. So that's what I can say. It has a lot of potential. Um, the the African players in general, man, easily some of the most athletic humans on earth. Athletic, strong. A lot of raw players, but obviously basketball isn't their first sport. So,
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of them come from most of the athletes come from a little, they don't come from the best situation. So, for them to make it out and be able to play on a professional level is huge, and for the rest of the world to see the talent they have over there is pretty dope. And yeah, man, I if I get invited back, I'll love to play in it. Obviously it's a chance for me to see that part of the world that I've never seen before, and my family get a chance to see it as well. So I think it was a dope experience.
What part of Africa was it like based in?
Actually it's not based in no, like they play in different. They got different conferences, so like different
Mm-hmm.
times they got one little tournament where you gotta get seeding. So it's like four teams play 6 games, and then the next month 4 teams play 6 games, and the next month like that, and then you go and all the teams, the top seeds play in the final in the last month, which is in May, and they all played to crown a champion. I played for a team in Libya, and it's the only thing now. Like I said, it needs growth. Like so, basically, you're allowed 5 foreigners. So
Mm-hmm.
if your team has more money than the next team, you're able to get better players, and that's the only thing I don't think is fair. So I think like if the NBA was to put money into the like give each team a budget and let they got the money to do it, but if they just gave each team a budget to sign who they want to sign, I think it'll be a lot more competitive and a lot more bigger players will make that way, because a lot of former African players are involved with it. So Jan Mahimi, I seen Joakim Noah, I seen a few other African players and African descent players are like Luol Deng is involved. It's a bunch of veterans that we are aware of that have their fingerprints all on that tournament. So I think it's dope.
Yeah, that's fire. And to your point, like if it could be basically like kind of like a salary cap, so it kind of be an even playing scale
Yeah.
of where the talent goes. NBA Finals Game 3 just happened last night. Celtics are up 3-0. What have you seen? Did you expect the Celtics to be up 3-0 right now?
I can say no, but I'm not surprised. Um, I had Dallas. I called Dallas. I think just because I don't know. I just felt like Dallas was they played so well throughout this entire playoffs. I just think like the way these teams are setting up the European superstars, the way they are, putting the teams together around them to complement them so well. I think Denver and Dallas did a great job of that, but Boston, man, they got way too many weapons, bro. Way too many weapons.
I definitely
Way too many.
I had Dallas in 6, but it looks completely different than what I expected. It's Luka. Kyrie showed up last night to the party, but they don't really have much outside of that showed up scoring wise.
Yeah.
You think if any way possible, like they're able to get one game, or is it just going to be a sweep at this point?
I mean, if they get one, it's gonna be the next one. But after that, it's over with. I think it's over with. Boston, they clicking in every aspect, bro. And they don't even have Porzingis right now. Like he played one game and showed how scary it would be if he was playing. So, um, yeah, man, they just got too many weapons, and they all play D. They all
Now
playing defense.
mention that playing defense has been a trend right now over this last couple of days. They said Luka has the highest percentage rate of blow-bys ever in finals history.
It's terrible.
Do you think it's more so effort? Is he hobbled? What do you think it possibly is with Luka?
Luka always been bad on defense, bro. It's always been bad. You just can't hide it in the play. You can't hide it. You can hide it throughout the season. Like everybody not locked in. It's 82 games. Some games, some of these teams just go in just trying to get the game over with for the most part. Finals, you can't hide it. I mean, they probably gonna say he hobbled. If he is, he can score 35 points. I just think at that point it's just you. I don't know. The last few years, bro, watching Luka has been super frustrating. Obviously, like so this is my thing. Like I'm a fan first before I'm a basketball player. So I'm not the type of dude like being that I played in the league or I played high level anywhere. I'm not gonna try to say whoever word that hasn't played at that level isn't valid, right? So when I say these opinions, it's not because I feel like I know better than the next, but I just know when I watch, if I was his teammate, a lot of that stuff would bother me because his body language is terrible. Somebody missed a shot he throw to him, his body language is disgusting. He don't play no defense. Somebody blow by him, he complaining. He missed a shot when somebody played good defense, any contact, he complaining. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of them situations like he just feel like if the ball don't go in or don't go his way, he complaining, and it just looked bad from a fan watching the game, especially since I had them winning. And Luka's one of my favorite players, man. Like I said, I got to play against him in the EuroLeague when he was 17, so I got to see it live and direct, and I knew he was gonna be really good. But I just feel like he just not giving everything he should be giving, especially at this point in the season. Like he's supposed to be out there trying to do the best he can on defense. I don't think he's doing that.
I mean, I think Jay could alluded to that too. In the press conference, he was like, they got a target. He has a target straight on his chest. He got to play D. So if the coach, I think we've heard it a little bit. Jay Kidd been trying to get him to buy in on the defensive side, to put more effort on that side. It just seemed like he'd rather just do the offensive aspect and everybody else pick up the slack. And I think he has the intangibles and the size. You 6'8", you got the length. You should be better on defense. Maybe he not an all defensive player, but just getting completely blown by.
Yeah, I don't think they don't need him to be. You know what I'm saying? That like it's crazy. It's only because like I say this only because you see other great players like turn it up a little bit. Like whether it's 10%, you've seen other players do it. Like KD wasn't the best defender, but he got on a team where all right, let me play defense. They play defense, let me play. When he went to the Warriors, that might be a bad example, but you can see that KD actually was playing defense. Like you see the effort was there. You know what I'm saying? And now just with Luka, man, I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of demoralizing when your best player. This is me speaking if he was my teammate, and me being I've been the best player on a few teams in my career. I just know a lot of stuff. I just feel like consciously I can't get away with. when it comes to stuff like that. Like getting blown by, bro, or just, bro, I just think getting blown by is crazy. I know they had a whole entire defensive scheme, like rotating wise, but you can't do that with Boston. Swing, 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 bang, it's done. Luka can't even get to the spot he's supposed to get to because it's too late. You know what I'm saying? It's just turned into a real big scramble. That's just with Boston, bro. They so good, bro. Like I don't know how else to put it. They so good. Derek White is goddamn, bro. Derek White is so underappreciated. You know what I'm saying? In the fans' eyes, you know what I'm saying? Like in the casual fans' eyes, to see Derek White, obviously they probably wouldn't even know who the dude is if he was walking on the street. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But he is like he the real deal, bro. He does They all do everything. They all do everything. Drew Holiday is Drew Holiday. You know what I'm saying? Al Horford old as hell, but he's still locked in. That's my point. Like Luka is 20, what, 4?
Yeah,
Al
he
Horford,
young.
Al Horford, 40 years old, still out there sitting down, locking up, making the effort, giving the emotion, giving the energy. We in the finals, bro. Like you got to push through some of that stuff. Whatever he dealing with injury wise, he pushed through. He does push through it on offense. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying? At this point, if you get hurt or whatever the case may be, you got the entire off season, start of the season, whatever the case may be, to get right. You making 50 M's a year, bro. I just feel like it's time to, you know what I'm saying? Like I done been through stuff where I had to do that for way less. You know what I'm saying? I did it for way less. At that age too, you know what I'm saying? Even at this age, some stuff I'll be having to do for way less money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even close. Like he's on a
Mhm.
whole different galaxy when it comes to like legacy and money. Everything he got going on is way more than a lot of us got to deal with here, and we put it on the line most of the time. So I just feel like as a teammate, seeing him not doing that for us is kind of the 35 points is cool, but you got to try a little harder, especially being that great.
I mean, is it just a Luka thing? Because some people say it's European players like him and Jokic, they kind of don't care that much about the league. But it seems like Nikola actually, to your point, when it was time, he's tried to put the effort on defense. Is he the best
Yeah.
defender? No, but is it a Luka thing, or you think it's like European players, they come over and it's not really that important to them? They got other things more
I
valuable.
mean, I wouldn't say it's only those two that are like. There's only those two that like European wise that are just another level that offensively that are just on another level when it comes to skill and the mindset of getting stuff to work on. Oh, defensively they just I know they're not athletically gifted enough to do it, but neither is Sam Hauser. Like I'm trying to think of
Yeah,
some other players that actually try. They might get cooked. Like Doug McDermott was trying. Like in Indiana, he was trying. You know what I'm saying? Granted, he didn't do all the stuff on but when a team going on a run on your ass, bro, like you have to lock in and try.
yeah.
You gotta try at that point. Cause I feel like if he's trying, bro, nobody would be on his head like they is. Like you got what's that dude, Brian Rance or whatever the
Yeah,
dude
Brian Whitehurst. Yeah.
went in and it was needed. It's a fact. Like it's very obvious. Luka is bad. Like he's terrible on D. He's giving up more points than he scores. So it's kind of pointless. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Heavy is the head.
Heavy is the head that
He the,
wears
he,
that crown.
he the one. So he gonna get criticized. Cause I'm a LeBron fan, bro. So all the stuff he went through, bro. Even when he was doing his hardest to he was doing way more than Luka doing when it comes to like players on his team and like doing like having what he had. So like seeing Luka going through it and he not trying, it makes it worse to
Before we
me.
even talk about the Celtics, you brought up Brian. I want to ask with this: what do you see though with Bron going through probably these last 2 years? I'm a Lakers fan. I would love to see him get another ring, but
It's over with.
do you think he stays in LA or you think he go somewhere else?
I don't know, man. Like I try not to. I'm not like I try not to look that much into the media because
Mhm.
media twist things however you want it, however they want to go. But being with Bronny only working out for Phoenix and LA and the picks they have that can get there is an opportunity for something to happen to Bron to go to Phoenix. Like I could see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could see
Yeah.
something happening, but I just don't see him winning no more, bro. I think that's over with. Unless he now I don't know because the East wrapped up too. I just think the West is the West is so tough and so young. The West so young, they're gonna be good for so much longer. And you know, if Bron make a move, it's gonna be other moves made in the NBA. It's off season always crazy, bro. So um I don't see Bron winning again. Now, mind you, I'm like top two Bron fans of all time. But it's only I feel like it's only so much he can do, bro. The man 40 years old, bro. Like he looked great, but come on, man.
Yeah, I think it speaks to the fact that he's 40 years old, about to be in year 22, 23, and people are still expecting what he was doing in year 13 speaks to
Yeah,
that greatness.
yeah,
Like
for sure.
he's
For
still getting
sure. But
criticized as if he's back in Cleveland at peak strength. So
I mean it just sucks because like you know what I'm saying, on his best day, he's still damn near a top five player. Like when he on his stuff, he's still a top five player in the league. On his worst, he's top 15, top 12. So it's- like it's a gift and a curse being so damn good and then the curse is him being old as hell. Like you want him to keep pushing through all that in like game 90 of the season. You know what I'm saying? It's just like what he's doing is unrealistic, but for him to keep to be at the top, to being the best player in the playoffs still, it's impossible. It's not realistic.
yeah, you want him to play 70, 75 out of the 82 games. You want him to
Yeah.
go 3, 4 rounds of possibly 5, 6 games each round. He needs help. He needs more help, him and AD. But I don't know what the Lakers possibly can do to build that roster out. I don't think it's happening, like you said. I don't see another ring happening for the Lakers. Maybe if Bron leaves, he'll get another one. But in LA, I think it's curtains for that. I don't see
Yeah,
it
no,
happening.
I think they could. It's just too much inconsistency, bro. You got I think Austin Reed is really good, but for him to be your third best player most of the time, bro, just I don't see it, bro.
You asking for a lot for AR to be the third best player, and you need
Yeah,
consistency too.
yeah, but and it's crazy because AR damn near he most consistent on the damn team. Damn near. You know what I'm saying? D'Angelo super inconsistent most of the time, and then you got I don't LA just a hard place to play, bro. Like I can't sit here and be ignorant to the fact that like that's like you under the biggest microscope in the world on the Lakers, bro. So like when these dudes be having bad games, like I said, I'm a fan first, but I am still a player. Like realistically, bro, come on, dog. You in LA, spotlight on, you playing with Bron, bro. I just feel like any other dude you throwing at, bro, you gonna have some bad games, bro.
It's
And you
different.
got yeah, for sure. That's why LeBron, and that's another that goes to his greatness as well. The way he performed with that type of spotlight for 21 years is crazy. But all the other guys, certain guys is just coming from a whole random team and getting thrown into there. Like, I don't think it's realistic. Like D'Angelo's turned to a damn a spot up shooter. Like that's not. Obviously he can do it. He got games where he can do it. But D'Angelo is a playmaking point guard. So you asking a
Yeah.
lot of people to do different things. So I mean, it is what it is. But I think it's over with.
On the Celtic side, so we already said, they're more than likely winning it. Who do you see being the finals MVP? Like you said, everybody
Jalen Brown.
knows Jaylen Brown.
Jalen Brown's like that. Jalen Brown is like that. So I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see how it's going to turn out for the future for them because I toss it up a lot, bro. I think Jalen Brown's better, bro. I've been saying that for a minute, but I just think I think he's better. He just his engine and his will to do whatever he feel like he need to do is just more than Jason Tatum. He's just a bull, bro.
I said it 3 years ago, and I should have stuck with it. I'm like, yo, I think Jaylen Brown would have success equal to Tatum if he was on his own team. It was his team. I got talked off the ledge with that because, he had a couple of struggles in the playoffs. But I think
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
seeing it right now. Like, something I was talking to my boys, Jason Tatum. I don't know if you heard it on the telecast. He was mic'd up and said, yo, we got to get good shots. Don't do a step back three, including me. 3 minutes later, does that step back three while they're making a run. Jaylen Brown comes down, in and out, gets a mid-range shot, makes it. All right, the game is kind of sealed right there. I like Jaylen Brown's shot selection even more
Yeah,
also.
yeah, yeah.
And the fact that we all went into it, a lot of people like, yo, the Celtics take 53s a game. Jaylen Brown has gone into the series like, they don't got nobody down there. I'm gonna get downhill. I'm gonna get mid-range shots. What does this do? He wins MVP. What does this do for Jason Tatum's legacy? Especially, he loved Kobe.
So again, me being a fan, I kind of tethered like what everybody else was saying. Like, he not like that. But me being a player, like, it's again for him. It's a gift and a curse situation. Like, if the man was to go out there and kill and lose, either way he gonna get blamed for it, right? The fact that he not scoring hella, but he definitely is impacting the game. They're really good. So you get demoted if your team is good, and then you still get shitted on when your team is bad and you cook. Like it's a lose lose. So for him, if he really mean what he been saying in the pressers and stuff like that, as a player, I wholeheartedly agree. We came here to win, bro. Y'all worry about me scoring 30 points every game. Like, we're good, bro. We're really good. I don't have to do that. Thank the Lord. I just feel like, don't you think Kobe wish he had like a
Yeah,
team built around him so he can win without shooting all them badass shots? You know what I'm saying? Like, and the way they did it, it ain't like Tatum was like, "Hey, bro, I need KD or I need what's the name here." No, Porzingis free. Okay, GM, y'all do y'all job. If y'all feel like y'all want to ask me what I think about it, cool. And I feel like it was organic how it happened. It wasn't forced. They made the right moves, and now they extremely good. So I
made
can't
the right
be
trades, the drafts, all of
yeah
that. Man.
yeah, I can't be criticized for that. Like, come on, dog. Like, I got two other dudes that's possibly gonna be the MVP, and y'all trying to make me seem like I suck. Like, bro, I'm still top 10 player in the league. What's good for it is that Jaylen Brown is getting his love. Like, he was getting shitted on for having signing $300 million. So I another thing with that, like, I'm on a team. They have a chance to pay me that money. Who else they gonna give it to? Why wouldn't they pay me? Like, that's how it works.
Why wouldn't they pay me? Why wouldn't I take the money? That was the most ignorant conversation I was seeing. Like, oh, he's not worth that. Why he? You think I'm gonna leave
Who else?
300 mil on the table? Whether if
Yeah,
that's what they want to pay me, where I sign? That'll make
and they
that
even
make
got and also it don't even have to do with me being the best player in the league. My contract and the way everything's set up with me being drafted and so on and so forth, I was next in line. I'm the first in line for this opportunity. Just like Mike Conley was the first in line for that 150 when it looked crazy back in 2016. Like, that's just how it works. That's just how the money works right now.
yeah.
Jason Tatum's gonna get his 320, whatever it is, when it's time, and we're both going to be champions when it's time. So that's just how I look at it. I just think it's a lose lose as a player. But at the end of the day, if we really here to win, that's what it's about.
Yeah, and this next TV deal, next couple of years, we're gonna see contracts where people getting paid 80, 90 million dollars a
A year,
year.
yeah.
And that's just how it's set up. That's how the contract is
And
set up.
it's gonna be a random dude like a random person that just was in line. He got drafted in 2023. So after his rookie deal, he made second team All NBA or something.
And that's
He
what
gonna
was in
get the
line.
bag. That's just how it works.
Yeah, and to your point too with Tatum, I don't always like his shot selection, but the fact that he is rebounding, assisting, and playing defense, I think that does show maturity in his game to like, all right, my shot hasn't been falling. I'm gonna
Yeah.
impact the game in other ways. Even last night, he had it going first half. Second half, Jaylen Brown went nuclear, and he didn't try to get in the way of that, which I've seen
Yeah.
sometimes, not even from him, but players where, and you've probably played on his teams. This man is cooking. He got the hot hand, and y'all go away from him. They made sure that Jaylen Brown kept getting that rock. So I think it shows maturity
Yeah.
in Tatum's game.
Yeah, for sure. I think Tatum is doing exactly what Luka should be doing. Like he's doing. Like, granted, like Boston is better, but I just think him doing all the other little stuff, driving to create the swing, not necessarily getting the assist or making a second effort to box out and get a rebound or some shit. Like I just think he's doing exactly what Luka should be doing, or at least trying to be doing, giving some effort into
Mhm.
doing that. Obviously, Luka has to carry more on O, but we're not talking about his O. We talking about his defense. So like he need to take a page out of that little book that Tatum got going on right now, and I think I think it would have made for some better games.
For sure. Now, this has been a conversation this whole playoffs. Everybody was talking about who's going to be the face of the league. It was like Anthony Edwards, especially because LeBron's on the out in the next 2 years. Who do you see possibly being the face? Conversation's been Luka, Nikola. Who do you see as possibly being that
I
face of the
mean,
league?
the face. It all depends on who they want to go there for real. Cause how old is Tatum? 27,
2026.
26. Yeah, it all just depends on. It's hard. I don't know, bro. Ant make the most sense, but it just depends on the league on. You know what I'm saying? Want to capitalize on such a unique and um Ant is he's himself. Like he's not no fabricated. He is where he came from. Like
Mhm.
he come from the bullshit. So like he gonna stay that way. Are y'all gonna ride that wave or not? Like he ain't gonna fake it.
He not going to
He not
change. It's not going to be no media stuff. He going.
no
That's what
media
I do like
darling.
about
If he
Ant.
does, if he gonna do some media, he gonna be Ant. Like he not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Which to an extent, I appreciate only because obviously he's still young. He did 1 year of college. He come from poverty, come from he was raised by his grandma or something.
Yeah,
Like he a real athlete, hood baby for the most part. So like him trying to like Bron's situation was totally different. They did it the right way. Like he was the most. You know what Bron was like, and obviously was the #1 pick, but he came in during COVID. Like it was I don't think he gonna be politically correct all the time, and I don't know if the NBA gonna be like, all right,
mm.
here, Ant, take it. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't have no idea. I don't know if they gonna give the league to a European either. So it's really hard to tell. I can't even think of another player that they could. Everybody else young, Ant, Luca.
Nikola, Giannis.
Yeah, they 30 years old though. Like they 30. Like
Yeah,
them
they
boys 30
peaking
years
up to
old.
that. My
Yeah, and I
my
don't
man Jamar asked why you think people are saying that Jaylen Brown isn't marketable.
I don't know. I think you want to know what it is, bro? He is so bro is might be the smartest dude, one of the smartest dudes in the league, right? So cuz he was standing I remember he's like he doesn't he doesn't shy away from confrontation when it comes to something like I know he was complaining about whatever Nike was doing. He was against what Nike was doing with Kyrie as well. Like he still covers his Nike signs now, and he spoke to why he was doing that and the unfair stuff that they was doing. Like he'll speak on stuff like that. So if
Mhm.
something was to happen, um, say something was to happen in the world, some political, racist, whatever the case may be, Jaylen Brown would be one of the first ones to say it before the league was to put something out. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of against league guidelines. I think they're afraid of that, but I couldn't really give you an answer though, honestly. But I think it has something to do with that. Like you can't, some of these kids, you can't puppet master. You know what I'm saying? They got a mouth of their own, a mind of their own, and I feel like and this really, I mean, it's really the black athletes. I feel like they take being unique and not being hushed as a threat or as a something that takes money out there. Obviously, because America is white, bro. I just that's just what it is. Like that's what it is. So um, I just don't think they are ready to go that route when it comes to that. Like LeBron is very marketable just because he's well spoken, um, super successful, and he still was hated at some point. A white woman on TV told the man shut up and dribble. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know, bro. Like I don't see another player that they could give it to, honestly.
I
Realistically,
agree
I
with
don't see
that.
another player.
I agree with that too with Jaylen Brown because he's outspoken and he'll have those conversations that typically most companies will want you. All right, let's draw something up. Let's write something up before you actually say this.
Yeah.
This is what should say. This is the proper way that we can say it, where it doesn't offend anybody. That would be the mindset. I think where companies are kind of in the league might be scared to be like, all right, Jaylen Brown is marketable because he might speak out on something that we're in bed with, and he's gonna give his honest opinion.
Also, question. So, do you think the NBA gives the face, or do you more so think it's the fans and like social media who make the face of the league?
I think it's more so the fans and social media, and the NBA pays attention to that, and
And
then
they
they go,
piggyback on it. I feel
yeah,
like
they go with it.
because the way it's worse now, obviously, because the social media like trolls and everything just makes stuff so like not genuine, bro. So like when it comes to like think about it, the way that the world viewed Kobe, right? I only hate seeing it. Like I was never a Kobe fan. I grew to respect him, but they made it seem like the way that Jordan and Kobe were, the way they became successful is the only way to become successful. Like you can't do it no other way, right? So when it comes to how LeBron work out or how he's personable or how he wants to do movies and or whatever the case may be, they make it seem like that's the wrong way to go. And you can only, but the fans made it this way. Like anytime LeBron do something, Kobe's brought up. Kobe wouldn't have did this or Jordan wouldn't have did this. And like the fans made it this way. So I think when it comes to the players as well, like Steph, I think the fans did that because that's at some point. Oh shit, Kawhi. When Kawhi was on his thing, the fans was trying to make it. He's not marketable, but if he was a little bit marketable, the fans was making it and saying that this man was better than LeBron James at one point. So if Kawhi was to, if Kawhi was to like to bite into that apple and become more marketable, do more commercials, the NBA would have jumped right on top of that. I feel like. But Kawhi was dominant. Kawhi was the number one player on his team. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's a player in the league like that like cross out all those marks when it comes to being marketable, number one option, dominant, play both ends. Like I don't think there's nobody. Ant is the closest one, but I don't think he's as marketable as a well-spoken player like LeBron or even Kobe. When Kobe got a little older, he was super well-spoken and strictly about basketball. Um, he spoke well when it came to super passionate about the Lakers. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like a Hollywood script right there. I don't.
Now,
I think Ant is more of a. I think he's more. Of a, he's black, bro. He's black. He's
he's the
unapologetically black.
he's the culture for sure, and he embraces it.
Yeah, the
He
culture for
embraces
sure.
the culture, embraces coming from the culture. One of those players that comes to mind that's like that was AI. What did you think about AI when he was in the league, especially during that era? You know, you had Kobe in the league, T Mac. Was he ever the face of the
Yeah.
league? And is that similar, kind of like Ant-Man, where it's like, I don't know if they want to put him as the face, being that he embraces really, because AI embraced the culture a
Yeah,
thousand
I think
percent.
AI is exactly what Ant is pretty much. Like obviously to a higher magnitude, but they for sure no, they weren't going hell no, man. Like cuz I think back then who was the face of the league? Kobe, you think Kobe was the face? Or it was multiple, it's like we had like real life stamp superstars that stayed in their franchises back
Yeah,
then. So like now everybody, all these players just be going here and there, which is dope for the players. But back then we had like legit dynasties. Like people, like you can have a real fan base that can really ride those players all the way through their whole career. Like now we don't got that. So I really think it's gonna be super hard to do that. But back then, AI, he legitimately was a culture, and he wasn't as well spoken. He wasn't apologetic. He didn't fit the image of Michael Jordan, or you know what I'm saying? Jordan was literally just a bald black man, didn't wear no accessories. Like he didn't wear an arm sleeve, he didn't wear a headband. He just was clean cut killer. Just professional, driven, psycho about whatever they want to paint that is. AI was like, man, I want to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I want to play the game. I'm gonna play my heart out in the game, which is realistic. This AI was not. He wasn't saying nothing real because I feel the same way. Once I leave work, bro, let me be me. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? And AI was that he'll come out and say that, bro. Practice, bro. We talking about practice, like you know what I'm saying. The league ain't going. That just don't look good for I guess the kid that's coming up, not knowing that in reality,
that's
AI
real.
playing, AI taking cortisone shots to play in the game. He playing all 82 games, but they talking about him not practicing. He getting beat up by Shaq going to the rim, but they talking about him not going to practice. Like the little kid not gonna know when he turned 22 or whenever he get in the league, he gonna want to sit his ass down and not think about practice. Like that's the real reality of the situation. So if you're not talking about basketball or like showing this crazy work ethic or just all about the NBA, they not gonna, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they really gonna make you the face. Like AI was a prime example of that.
I think that's facts, especially too, like what you was alluding to earlier, even on the aspect of the fans. Like, if you don't do what Kobe did and MJ of the, I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I worked out 4 times. They question like how good the player is, what their worth ethic
Yeah.
is. If they don't see it, I don't see this player in the gym 4 times. They doing movies though. They at Fashion Week, as if everything is supposed to be basketball, 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 basketball. You don't have a family, you don't have a life outside of basketball, which is why I appreciate players like Ant and what AI did. I think AI's impact sometimes is underrated on and off the court.
It's
And I
only
think that
underrated for people outside the culture though. Like think about it, bro. That's it's really and it's crazy too because I have these conversations. I had these conversations with my homies all the time. Because growing up, I didn't watch basketball. Like I watched basketball obviously, but I watched like I was more so and one. Like I like
yeah,
and one. I didn't have a favorite player until LeBron was like a senior in high school. So that was like '03, '02, '03. And before that, I didn't have no favorite NBA player. AI was never my favorite player. Like I never, like I didn't get braids because of AI. And all that stuff other people did. I didn't care for that, but I understand it.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So now when we bring up, I just bring it back to Iverson. Like the culture was his impact to the culture was so strong. They bring that into arguments or debates, saying he's better than the next player. Like that's how strong his impact was. Like you argue with somebody, they'd be like, "Bro, Steph is better than AI." How? AI changed the game. His culture, like, bro, he had dudes wearing do rag. I'm like, bro, what that got to do with him being better? What that gotta do? But at the same arguments, like bro, that the fact that y'all bring that up, he was really bigger than he was as a basketball player off the court. Like it's actually crazy.
It's funny you mentioned that because I don't know if you ever watch it or whatnot. On Gilbert Arenas podcast, B Jennings and McCants was having that debate of like who was better, Steph or AI, and if you switched Steph onto this squad what AI had on that finals run, would he have had as much success? Would they made it to the finals and so forth? What was your thoughts though, like on that conversation that people have if we're talking basketball, not the impact on the culture, like you were saying, Steph or AI? I think AI really didn't have the help like a Steph has had in his career, a Clay, a Draymond, a KD. That finals run was really kind of AI.
Yeah, no, I think when you say help, it just all depends on what kind of help that you think will complement AI. The help that Steph had complements him.
Mm-hmm.
Like Clay and all them ain't getting them open shots. Draymond ain't dropping dimes off with AI just ISOing the whole time. A lot of AI was going to get his. Steph, you see how the Warriors play. It's just showtime, bro. So I think just because the way Steph shoots and literally, I think you can drop him anywhere on Earth, and he gonna be Steph. AI for the most part, I don't know that. I don't see it. And AI shot a lot of shots. That's the big deal. Cause he, like I said, he had to. He shot a lot of shots and he missed a lot of shots.
We
So
talked
I
about that
just
the last time you was on the efficiency, even with Kobe, like the amount of shots you take to get to that.
yeah. Like I said, granted, I know like these players they have to do that to give their teammates a chance. But that just goes off of how that team was built around them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Steph literally was drafted that team that he had before KD came. You know what I'm saying? So like that's just all he know. Like you can't tell me he had more help when that's what they drafted. They
Yeah,
drafted Harrison. They signed Iguodala off season. They signed, you know what I'm saying? That was all organic. It wasn't
that was
like,
built. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It ain't Steph fault or it ain't AI fault that happened. And it ain't Steph fault that they got goddamn Matumbo and Theo Ratliff like that. I don't know what you want me to do with that. Like AI did the best he could do with what he was given. You know what I'm saying?
facts.
So it's kind of hard to I just think Steph is better. Like I don't think there's nothing AI does better than Steph Curry. Which
Now,
I think it's supposed to be like that because he's 20 years.
mhm,
He came 20 years after him. Like came 15 years after him. I think it's supposed to be like that.
facts. Now, before we switch over to some W talk, one of the people in the chat, Jamar, asked, "What was your best experience slash moment in the league?"
Oh man. Oh man. It was short, bro, but I got a few, man. Like looking back on it, um, I didn't grasp the moment like I want. Like obviously hindsight is 2020. So when I first got to the league, bro, when I first got drafted, I got drafted to a team that basically, I'll say the names and shit. Monty Williams, he didn't want to draft me. Dale Demps, the GM, he wanted to draft me. So Dale Demps drafted me anyway. So when I got to New Orleans, I just felt immediately that Monty Williams didn't like me. It was like more. It was more so like it was past that rookie bullshit that they say. Like I don't like rookies. He just didn't like me. Like I didn't get a chance. So I got sent overseas. I came back home. I killed in the D League. I averaged 30 as a rookie. After the season, well shit, during the season, I'm gonna make this story short, but I averaged 30. Drew Holiday breaks his leg. I have no the only team that can call me up is New Orleans because they got my rights. They don't call me up. So being that I'm poor, I got a daughter on the way. I have to go overseas. So I go overseas. I come back. I go to New Orleans to work out for a little stint, like 2, 3 weeks. Oh shit! That year I played the All Star game in the G League in New Orleans, and I didn't speak to one person from the Pelicans. No one came to see me. I had 35 points. Nobody came to see me from the Pelicans. So fast forward, I went out there for a couple weeks, and Monty Williams still giving me that same energy. Like I don't know what I did to this man. So that summer comes, I get traded back to Philly. So I go through these little things. I go through these injuries. I tear my Achilles before I got a chance to actually play. But that next year I tore my groin. This ain't been out in the public, but I got cleared from my Achilles and I tore my groin in 2015. So I had to have surgery again. And I played summer league with a torn groin. But that rehab for my groin, in this moment they drafted Joel Embiid in 2014. Jahlil Okafor 2015. I was in there with those guys. Christian Wood. So that year it was me, Isaiah Cannon, Kendon Marshall, Tony Roden, and TJ McConnell. I got cut because I wasn't healthy. But TJ McConnell made that team. And you see the career TJ McConnell had. But the biggest part of that was not knowing that I should have I ain't gonna say I ain't take it serious, but I should have took it more serious and like honed in to the fact that I could have really jump started my career in Philly and actually made a name for myself in the league. Because I didn't attack my groin injury like I attacked my Achilles. Like
Mm.
I kind of was comfortable being that I thought I was better than everybody. I thought I was for sure better than Kendall Marshall, for sure better than Isaiah Cannon and TJ McConnell. But not knowing how none of that stuff works, I'm thinking I'm good. Like I messed up. I got an apartment out there before my contract was guaranteed everything. I I ain't gonna say it was confidence or cockiness. It was more ignorance than anything.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So in hindsight, that was one. I'm gonna call it a bright spot only because it definitely shaped me into the pro that I became. Like so on and so forth. After that, because I ended up getting back to the league. So like the real bright spot of of me getting back to the league was how I got back the second time. Because in 2016, a year later, um, I played summer league. I played well. And the spot that they had, they traded for a point guard while I was there. So at that point, I played well. I feel like I played the best I was on Portland. I played the best. And I didn't get a job offer from nowhere after summer league. Nowhere in the world. Nowhere in the world I got an offer. So in like November, I got offered from a team in Croatia. They offered me a 1 month contract. They offered me a 1 month contract and it was only like $10,000, bro. A tryout month, basically.
Mm.
It was probably the most humbling. It probably was the most humbling thing I had to date. And yeah, so I ended up going out there. And first game I had like 12, and then second game I played in the Euro Cup. I had like 32 points, and just seeing how the team was like, they said they had no money, so I was seeing how the team switched up. And mind you, my confidence is a little shaky at the time because I'm like, bro, these niggas only gave me 10K, bro. Like that
Mhm.
ain't no money. Um, Time goes on. Next game, 28. Next game, 38. Next game, 34. I see the team get to. Oh yeah, man. Like they asking my brother, like, yo, you think he'll stay? Like we got 60K a month, 75,000 a month. Like, and then they start upgrading me in his room, like suites. And I'm like, at that point, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm back, bro. Like I'm straight. So my agent hit me with an opportunity saying like JJ Barea just tore his calf or something like that. Like you can go
Mhm.
play for the G League team there, and you can get a chance to get back in there. So I went to the league. I ended up doing my thing for 2 weeks, bro, and I got called up. So the bright spot of this whole situation I'm telling you about, April of 2016, I went to Dallas to watch the Thunder versus the Mavericks in the playoffs. And my agent somehow got me to meet with Donnie Nelson, the GM. I went to the locker room, got to see everything, and I don't know why he had me take a picture. Like he had me take a picture like with
Mhm.
a jersey in the locker room. I don't know why. My agent said some funny shit like, yeah, man, hopefully you'll be wearing one of these one day. 7 months later, bro, Donnie Nelson calls me Like, bro, you on the Mavs type shit. That was easily the craziest and the biggest bright spot of touching the league is actually getting back in there healthy and being able to play and getting the opportunity to wear that 55 on that jersey, bro. That's easily the biggest bright spot outside of me getting drafted, obviously, but that was the bright spot. Just knowing how that year went, or the 2 years went, and then be able to that full circle moment of being in the locker room and then signing. That probably the biggest bright spot from then.
That's fire right there. We gonna go to the W before we go to the W. Somebody asked, I don't know if you know what this is talking about. Young Stunner 642 said, "What's good with the They Sleep merch?"
Oh man, that's love. Tell them that's love. That's love, bro. But long story short, man, so my agent joint ventured with a marketing company, and they basically like ran off with like my money, and they ran off with all my merch money, like in the whole process of suing and all this other stuff, bro. So it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like it's tough being a professional adult trying to do all this stuff, especially like when you don't got the time. Most of the time, like you need a marketing agency or you need certain people to help you put things in motion. And they basically just did the illegal stuff, bro. They ran off with more money from my former agent, but they definitely did me some dirt in the midst of it. But I just ain't had the motivation for real to, you know what I'm saying? I went through my own little mental journey in the middle of that. I just kind of, it just kind of got too much. And I kind of just let it, let it die out for the most part. But, people still write me about it all the time. So it might come back around sooner than later.
Now on the W, what have you been seeing? Who you like so far this season? You already know we rocking with the Aces. I think they're gonna be just fine once Chelsea Gray come back. And Asia Wilson for me is the MVP right now.
For sure, she did. She 1A for sure, 1A, and she's playing out her mind right now. But who I like outside of the Aces, who do I like? I'm not trying to name nobody. I like Kennedy Carter. I always liked her. I think she's really good. Damn, I'm happy to see Skylar Diggins playing again. I'm trying to think of a young. I like Ari. I like Ari McDonald, the little lefty from the Sparks.
Yeah,
I liked her in college, but like I like her on the Sparks. She's really good on the Sparks. I like Gray from Atlanta. She hooping this year. Asia best friend. What's her name? Alicia Gray, I think her name is.
Alicia Gray. Yeah.
Yeah, I like her. Yeah, outside of the normal names, bro, it's them my favorite, bro. Them my favorite as of right now.
Who do you see
Kennedy
as
Carter?
Kennedy Carter? Yeah,
Go ahead.
I love it again. Who do you see as possibly the biggest threat to the Aces three-peating? Is it the Liberty again, or is it Connecticut, who's off to a hot start? Liberty?
I think it's Liberty and Connecticut, obviously, like last year. Whoever comes out of that is the biggest threat. But shoot, I think Phoenix and Seattle, bro. Phoenix and Seattle is pretty good. Oh, Minnesota, damn, Minnesota's really good too. Minnesota's good. Nafisa is like that. And then Kayla McBride is like one of my favorite players. She's been one of my favorite players. I got cool with her when she was on the Aces a few years ago. When I came home from China, I was basically I was in there practicing with them, like one of the men practice players, helping them get right, and I got pretty cool with her. But I think I think Minnesota, Phoenix, and Seattle, when it comes to the playoffs, it's gonna be obviously a different. Everybody kind of trying to mesh together with their new players and new teammates. So I think those three teams are gonna be pretty tough.
Yeah, I think after the Olympics, we're gonna see the Phoenixes and Skylar Diggins and her crew, Seattle. They figure it out. More time. Phoenix, Kalia Copper, Diana Taurasi, Brittany Griner just start playing again.
Yeah, exactly.
Natasha Cloud.
Exactly.
I love Phoenix.
Solid.
I think Phoenix is a if they build that chemistry, they figure things out, they definitely could be a dark horse in the WNBA playoffs. End off with this Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a problem with these two things? On the men's side, Kyrie not being on the Olympic team, and then on the female side, Caitlin Clark not being on the Olympic team.
Yeah, I'm cool on Halliburton, bro. I don't think he should have been on the team. I think you could have had a few players that could have been in that spot. Did Jalen Brunson make the team?
No JB.
Yeah. See, like I just feel like Kyrie, Dame, or Jalen Brunson would have been a better pick for that spot than Halliburton. But I mean, we'll see. Like I think the other people gonna carry the load, but I just think if you had another player like one of those three guys, would have made more sense. Um, I'm not. I'm not mad at Caitlin Clark not being on there, but I'm trying to think who is on there. Like I wouldn't have been mad if Tarasi didn't go either though. Like I would have been okay. Or actually, I would have been okay if Sabrina Ionescu didn't go. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
I'm not
I'm
either.
I'm not a fan.
I think I think the hype that she had built around her, she has not lived up to that. And I think being that, Kobe liked her game and Kobe was a fan of her, they ran with that. She got the sneaker deal, everything like that. I feel she could be, with the hype and everything, she should have been much better than what I've seen so far. Before Stewie and
Yeah.
all them got there, like I feel like they could have had bigger impact than when Stewie, John Quill Jones, Laney, and everybody came through in that mix.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think her situation was Caitlin Clark's situation. They were bad. I think Caitlin Clark's better though, so I just don't know how good Caitlin Clark would be with that many good people around her. Like I don't know, like because she's really good when she has to do a lot. She's really good when she has to carry the load. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it's a
Like what
situation kind of
she,
like
what,
you think it's something like kind
go
of like
ahead.
Luka?
Yeah, like she's really good. I think she's really good when she has to make all the decisions. Like you kind of like think about it, bro. Like being that she's playing so bad, most of the people are saying what? She needs a better team. Like they saying she needs a better team. No, she needs to most of the time her decision making is she leads in turnovers.
5.4.
Granted, every team has a player that puts people in position and they miss. Right? There's no way you're the best player in the draft, number one pick, and you're going to the best team. That's not how it works. You're going to the
Mhm.
worst team, and it's up to you and the management to make your situation better. That's it. You have to go through this. You have to stink, or you have to be that great to where y'all don't stink. And obviously, she's in the learning curve. She's trying to figure it out. End of the day, the people that are overreacting are her fans, not accepting the learning curve that she has. Like she needs to go through. They just saying, oh, they blaming everything outside of she's not that good right now, and their team sucks. When they actually have some cool little pieces, which I don't know why they that bad. They got Kelsey Mitchell. They got
Erica Wheeler, Aaliyah
Eric.
Boston.
Yeah, they got old girl from Baylor, the four. Like, what's her name? Alyssa Smith. What's her name? Is that her name?
I, Let me
Might be
check because they got some pieces on the squad.
they got she a four. She's good. She's solid.
Melissa Smith.
They got Alyssa Smith. Yeah, and Alyssa Smith. She's good. She's solid. They shouldn't be that bad, bro. They got Samuelson, the girl from
Yeah, Katie
Connecticut.
Lou
Like, bro,
Hamilton.
they
Yep.
solid. They shouldn't be that bad, but it might have to do with coaching. It might have to do with something else. I don't know what it is, but
I
I
think it's
think
to the schedule. They started off. They played Connecticut Sun already 3 or 4 times already. That's a
that's
that's
yeah.
a
I mean, that's because they on that side of the country.
that's tough on that one. We're gonna end off with this one. Somebody asked Young Stunner 642 asked a guy in the league who plays most like you.
Right now,
Yeah, I guess
ain't no
so.
small guards out now. Shit, ain't no. They got us up out of there. I don't know, bro.
Do you
I
think
think
IT actually gets another shot to actually play though?
I don't know. I hope so, bro. I think that's so messed up, bro. That was embarrassing, dog. That was so disrespectful. Like, bro, put him in the game. I just don't understand, bro. Like, what are you doing? Why not? Why not, bro? Y'all suck. Y'all have no point guard. Throw him some spot minutes. See how I go. I don't know, bro. I hope so because I don't know, bro. A lot of these dudes got a lot of these my homies that was in the league that was great and like still healthy and can play. Them not being in the league and them not wanting to go overseas it's just it sucks for me to see. Just seeing them work out at home all the time. Because granted, like everything IT doing, like I feel like I can do. So the opportunities that he could get overseas, I want to damn near live them moments through him. Cause my situations in Europe and stuff like that, they out of my hands. Like I would much rather be playing EuroLeague still, but that's just out of my hands. I'm not there. I know IT could go play in the EuroLeague and be good there, play some good ass basketball, make some good money, and still be relevant if that's what he care about. You know what I'm saying? Because Kimba did it, but Kimba ain't healthy. Kimba knee is cooked, so he wasn't gonna be able to play. But IT can literally go over there, start, and do his thing. So I hope he get a chance, but I just don't like the fact that he just not doing nothing when he ain't. You know what I'm saying? When he trying to get in the league.
Sneakerhead question. They asked, have you played in the Kyrie answers yet? Do you plan on getting a pair?
Oh no, I have a pair. Yeah, I got a pair of that at home. I ain't wore them yet though. No man, I just been older. I gotten, bro. The Kobe's just make more sense, bro. I be like in the summer, I try to wear most of that stuff, but during the season, I try to go to the bread and butter, bro. And most of the time, it's Kobe's. A lot of these places overseas don't be having the best court, so you got to stick to what you know. But the Kyries, I definitely plan on. I tried them on. They fit a little bigger, but they pretty comfortable. And it's dope that he came out with a good shoe outside of Nike doing them like that.
Well, y'all
Yeah,
know the
I like the
vibes
Kyries.
on. Y'all know the vibes on here. We again thank Pierre, Poppy Jack for hopping on with us again. Y'all know the vibes. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. We out. Peace.